crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Hey guys, Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. I haven't seen this in a hell of a long time. All the cryptos are green on CoinMarketCap. 1 hour, 24 hours, 7 days. Look at it. The green. Oh, it feels good, right? They're going to let cryptos run before they let cryptos run. I mean, before they let silver run. Because silver's the bank destroyer, and silver's got a long way to go. Silver's got 150 years of price manipulation. Crypto's only about 10. So, yeah, when silver runs, it's going to be the mother of all runs, but the mother of all moonshots. But in the meantime, they're going to let cryptos run because they need to transition our mindset into looking at different alternatives for the dollar. And take a look at Bitcoin. Coming up into the halving, last 7 days up 20.9%. Ethereum up 20%. XRP up 20%. Tether obviously stays the same. It's actually up 1 penny. But look at the amount of Tether trading. So they create this fake stuff called Tether, and they use it to buy real things called Bitcoin. The question is, are they going to pull it off the exchange and make it a real Bitcoin transaction? I think the big money will, and I'll get to that in a second. Bitcoin Cash, one of my very favorites, is still kind of lagging behind, only up 10%. You know, when Bitcoin Cash runs, it is death-defying. So just be careful and watch for that one. I think China is going to really embrace Bitcoin Cash over Bitcoin. All of Asia, actually. Bitcoin SV is a con. Deep State. Yeah. Litecoin up 17%. Litecoin will be that means of exchange. It's going to hit $50 again, so hang on tight. Litecoin is absolutely one of my favorite coins. EOS is a criminal coin. Actually, most of the criminals started it at Block 1, but there's some decent people in there, and now I heard it's been taken over by the Chinese, so who knows, who cares? It's not a mutable blockchain. It's useless in my book. All those people said, EOS is going to take over the world. No, completely bullshit. I have a faster database that works faster than EOS. It's not immutable. Who cares? You can go back and change the blockchain. Just getting the 21 block producers to do what you want them to do. And they were all controlled by Block 1 in the beginning and the deep state crypto cabal, as I call them. But yeah, I haven't even looked at it in years, truthfully. Binance Coin is ridiculous. It'll go down when Binance goes down. Tezos, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I get it. There's big people involved with it. Stellar's good. Chainlink good. Cardano, Asian coin. You got to start thinking, where are these coins going to be used? And if globalization ends, how easy will it be to cash in certain coins? Yes, I know cryptos are global. But there'll be a short time where countries lock down their own country. And they'll say, I don't like this coin because most of the holders are in China, and we're going to have extra scrutiny on it, things like that. Who knows? But it is time to start looking at the cryptos again. Let's see how far we can go. Yeah, all green. Look at that. All green. So that's great for cryptos coming up to the Bitcoin halving. I do see a big run up for cryptos, 10x up to 100,000. I'm thinking by the end of this year, maybe by the end of next year, but it could be by the end of this year because of the manipulation that happened since December of 2017 when Christian Carlo, Donald Trump, Gary Cohn, Jerome Powell decided to take down the cryptocurrencies because, quote, and this is a quote from Christian Carlo, if we didn't take it down, it would have just kept going up. Oh, heaven forbid the fair market value be represented in cryptocurrency. So they took it down. And that's why cryptos crashed. If you want to be angry at anybody, don't be angry at Cliff. Be angry at Christian Carlo, Donald Trump, Gary Cohn, Jerome Powell, that gang. They admitted it. Flat out admitted it. And all you people who are in the Mt. Gox bankruptcy, that's what's been holding it up. Governments have been holding up because they need the Bitcoin to sell into the market to keep the price down. Hopefully that'll be concluded this year. and we can say goodbye to Mt. Gox. I have one Bitcoin in Mt. Gox. No, it's not worth $8,600 anymore. They have raped us of our holdings at the Mt. Gox bankruptcy. We're idiots to be in there in the first place. I only had one Bitcoin, and people had all their cryptos in Mt. Gox. Why were we idiots to be in there? Because they weren't real trades. Just look at the volume. Same thing's going on in every exchange right now. Look at the exchanges. Let's check the exchanges right now. Top 100 by adjusted volume. Look at the adjusted volume. 100 billion? What is that? BKX? I don't even know what this is. I'm out of there. By liquidity. Bitfinex, another crypto cabal, crypto criminals. That's a bad company. They're right in bed with Tether, Binance, Block One, all that crazy stuff. Not a fan, my friends, not a fan. But cryptocurrency's doing great. Let's see if they're still all green. No, Tether goes down 0.39. View all. There we go. Look at that. Tether sticks out. Obviously, Tether's the stable dollar coin. They're going to keep it at around $1 at all times. Pretty cool, though. It was all green. And you know why it's all green? You know who's coming in next? The super rich. America's super rich see their wealth increase by $282 billion in 3 weeks of the pandemic. Look at the criminals. Criminals on the run. They are going to run out of the U.S. dollar. Everybody's saying, oh my God, how many dollars can we print? You can print as much as you want. If you're the United States of America, go for it. They rig all markets. But when the super rich get whiff of they're going to print to infinity, they're going to be looking for real assets with limited supply. Cryptocurrencies with limited supply. Silver, obviously. Can you imagine if just one of these crypto or one of the super rich in America says, hey, I remember when Buffett bought 120 million ounces of physical silver back in the late 90s. Maybe that's a good idea now. But I'm not going to buy 120 million ounces. I'm going to buy 1.2 billion ounces and have as much as JP Morgan. Let's see him try to do it. It's going to happen. These super rich are going to catch on that silver is the number one most undervalued asset on planet Earth as of today. Number one undervalued asset on planet Earth as of today is silver. You got 110 to 1 silver to gold ratio. The in-ground ratio is about 10 to 1. The above-ground ratio is literally 1 to 1. And it's 110 to 1 on the COMEX. By the way, if you're looking at JP Morgan and seeing what they're doing, they've gone long gold futures and physical gold. And now they've officially gone long silver futures and physical silver. Long. JP Morgan, the criminal bank of all criminal banks, is long both on the physical side and on the highly levered COMEX contracts. We saw Scotiabank back out because they're one of the 8 that are losing their ass. Silver is the bank destroyer. Keep an eye on it. It's going to rise fast and it's going to be extremely painful for the criminals. Super rich out there, if you're watching this, I know Trump's watching me. Hi, Mr. Trump. Hang in there. Stop rigging the markets, but do everything else the way you're doing it. Yeah, they're going to start getting into silver and cryptos. Gold, Why invest in gold when the silver-gold ratio is 110 to 1? There's no reason. There's no reason not to swap all your gold for silver right now. No reason. In my mind. Check out the new and improved Roto-Rooter website. And this morning, I got a lot of great feedback that I put a positive video out. And I do believe, in my gut, it doesn't resonate with me. All the dark and ominous stuff, we can get past this. There are good guys behind the scenes taking out the criminals. Dick will be moving back to the States at some point. Except we got to get people like this out of there. Rashida Tlaib. Oh my God. Criminal among criminals. It's like a criminal within your own government. Her and her little crowd. Check out what she put out. Automatic boost to the Communities Act. She wants to pass this as a law. Summary. In response to COVID, they're going to blame everything on COVID, by the way. In response to COVID virus, the Automatic Boost to Communities Act would immediately provide U.S. debit card preloaded with $2,000 to every person in America. Each card would be recharged with $1,000 monthly until 1 year after the end of the coronavirus crisis. I don't have a problem with that after the banking system collapses. Before, listen to who she wants to give it to. Guaranteed universally. Quote, every person includes A, dependents. So a couple with 2 children would receive 4 times $2,000 or $8,000. Cool. Number 2, non-citizens, including undocumented people, permanent residents, and temporary visitors whose stay exceeds 3 months. What? You're going to give, first, all the non-citizens who came into the country illegally, you're going to reward them with a basic universal income every year, $2,000 plus $1,000 a month. Number 2, all you got to do is come to the United States for 3 months, and if you stay here, boom, you get it too. C, individuals who do not have a bank account, social security number, or permanent address. Hey, let's make up 50 names right here, and we'll all get the money, you dumb. Ugh. D, people living in unincorporated territories or protectorates and Americans living abroad. E, to ensure this program is universal and comprehensive as possible, the U.S. Treasury will develop its first eligible individuals in coordination with the Internal Revenue Service, the Social Security Administration, the Federal Election Commission, and every other relevant state local government agency, including state-level departments of DMV. Anybody who has a Social Security number, anybody who has done anything, anybody who has took a breath in the United States, Rashida Tlaib wants to give you some money for a long, long time, and will renew it every year for the rest of your life. Distributing the money. This is where all the crypto guys perk up. Like, oh, I wonder if she's part of the crypto cabal. Distributing money. A, the prepaid cards would be distributed as U.S. debit cards and would be administered by the U.S. Treasury Bureau of Fiscal Service. That's not crypto. That's just keeping the old system in place. B, these prepaid digital cash cards could be used to withdraw physical currency at regular ATMs or FDIC-insured banks or credit unions to make payments of point-of-sale terminals as well as online. In addition, these cards could be topped up with additional funds as needed during and after the crisis. I wonder how many cards she's going to print for herself and her many deep state friends. C, all card holders and interchange fees associated with the distributor's card would be waived for the duration of the coronavirus. So banks, if you want to stay in business, you better do what she says. No fees. E, any individual who receives, activates, and uses more than the maximum number of cards authorized for themselves and their dependents, either as a result of fraud or administrative error, would have excess funds reclaimed in the future via appropriate mechanism. Oh my God. Who is this human being? F, cards would be distributed in 3 ways. Direct mail. Oh yeah, those cards wouldn't be taken. All individuals with active address on file with any government agency would have a card sent to them to that address via the USPS. In-person pickup. Individuals who do not have permanent addresses, so anybody else, or who otherwise could not receive their U.S. debit card by mail, including undocumented people, permanent residents, temporary visitors whose stay exceeds 3 months, can also obtain one directly from an FDIC-insured bank or credit union or temporary card distribution stations that would be placed at local post office. At-risk outreach. A dedicated emergency responder corps would perform outreach to at-risk populations, including people the elderly, the homeless, the physically disabled, or live in remote areas, to ensure they receive their U.S. debit card and to simultaneously form general wellness check. Funding the program. This Automatic Boost Communities Act would be a money-financed fiscal program for which no additional U.S. debt would be issued. Instead, the program would be funded directly from the Treasury, so it doesn't count as debt, using its legal authority to create money via coin seigniorage, which is a statutory delegation. Secretary would direct the U.S. Mint to issue 2 $1 trillion platinum coins under the legal authority. Yeah, they could do that. what does that tell you about the confidence in this monetary system? If you want to destroy America's monetary system, Rashida, do that. Why not? They do it anyway, right? Congress would direct the Federal Reserve to purchase the new issued coins at full face value. So she's talking about $2 trillion given away to people. Fed would retain ownership of the $2 trillion coins permanently in order to ensure its own balance sheet remains fully capitalized by the Treasury. That's the sickness of the facade falling apart. That's true. They can do that. Why not? Why stop at 2? Why not 200 trillion and give people more money? Why not 2 quadrillion? Why not a Google? This approach would preserve the historical separation between fiscal and monetary policy to avoid financial entanglement between the Treasury and the Federal Reserve. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What has our country come to? Yeah, big old smile. Let's give everybody money, even people in our country illegally, even the people. Hey, let's invent dead people. Let's invent dead people and give them all cards. And then, you know what? Let me be in charge of allocating the cards, and I'll give 50,000 of them to my friends and family. And then we can cut anybody off we want to. And we can make them sign declarations that they're COVID-free. Ugh! Fight for truth. Fight for honesty. Fight for our country. It is now more than ever we need to fight for what is right. And criminals need to go into jail. Send them to jail. If you're a criminal out there and you're representing your country, you need to go to jail. Save us time. We don't want to arrest you. Just get up out of your congressional seat and walk over to the jail. Get behind the bars and just pull it shut. If you're a true American and you believe in our legal system, you would do that. I'm out. I'm on the road. Check out my ending. I'm on the road again. Hit it.